Hey, what is going on? We are live, guys. I want you to first hit that like button so we can get the YouTube algorithm pumping. I hope you guys are feeling well. It is Tuesday night in the crypto space, in the cryptoverse, in the metaverse, in the universe. Hope you guys are doing very well. Oh man, I live in Florida, so we have a hurricane coming. So we got some rain bands and all that. So I figured I'd do a live stream before we possibly might lose power or something like that tomorrow. But I want to get into the crypto space, talk about Bitcoin. I have a lot of articles and different news topics to talk about. We're going to talk about how bullish I am for Bitcoin and crypto. We're going to talk about Elon Musk. We're going to talk about a lot of things. So, first, I want you to hit the like button, stick with me, and we're going to get into it. So, um, so, so what's pretty awesome right now is that Bitcoin has pumped from 26,000 all the way to 28,100. We had a really awesome support here in these price levels right here that was able to gain support, but it was amazing because it was perfect timing for the news with Grayscale. So with Bitcoin exploding 1.5K as a U.S. court rules in favor of Grayscale and Bitcoin ETF case against the SEC. So this has been a case that has been going on for a while. So the Court of Appeals in D.C. Circuit overturned the country's securities regulators' rejection to review Grayscale's application to turn its flagship fund into a spot Bitcoin ETF. Recall that the asset manager sued the Securities and Exchange Commission earlier this year. So this is awesome. So Grayscale filed to turn their GBTC into a spot Bitcoin ETF back in October 2021. The commission rejected its application. So basically, it's kind of like like an OTC GBTC is like owning pieces of Bitcoin and just getting exposure without actually owning and transferring in having custodial ownership of your Bitcoin. It's just a different type of Bitcoin. I kind of maybe call it your parents' Bitcoin or something like that. So Grayscale responded quickly by suing the regulator, which many believe had a great chance of succeeding. Today's ruling had a massive impact on BTC's price as the asset exploded by over 1,500 in minutes. So yeah, I mean, it was just pumping like crazy, guys. So I mean, you can see with that candle, it just, yo, what's going on, Griff? What's going on? How you doing? I am doing well. Hope you are doing well. So you can see here that with that news, we just this something like this is like a news candle, because like you see, we got really nice volume. But like I said, I made a video earlier today. I said that there is a possibility that, we are going to get a retracement because obviously when you get a pump like that in a candle, you're going to get, a good 2 to 3% retracement, but we just need to see if we can get more volume. But what's interesting is like how low can it go again, because we do have some news that the Bitcoin BlackRock ETF is getting another review later this week. So if that's a possibility, we can start seeing some price action a little bit more. But what this is, I think, is that people obviously, when you hit that point of that price point, we hit $28,120 or something like that, and then mostly, people are going to probably sell, and obviously, you're going to see where the Bitcoin is going to be leaving exchanges. And speaking of Bitcoin exchanges and money and all that stuff, some kind of news tomorrow. I don't know, possibly. A news for what? Like for a Bitcoin ETF? Well, what's interesting is that we also have some news kind of bubbling about Ethereum getting approved for a spot ETF, and then that might ensue also, a nice pre-bull run for Ethereum, and then that could also kind of trigger some good regulation and approvals for all the other ETFs when it comes to ARK Invest and Grayscale and all that stuff. So it could be sooner than we think. And I mean, even with just this news right now, it's possible that we can see Bitcoin going higher. But what I really want to talk about is the news that X obtained a money transmitter license for providing payment services in Rhode Island, but also in Arizona, Missouri, Georgia, Maryland, Michigan, New Hampshire, and Rhode Island. I'm sure Florida is gonna be next. Oh, CPI. Let's see. I think there might be. Let's see. There might be some kind of thing happening. I don't know. Usually TradingView will show some kind of data for that. Let me see on the daily. Let me see. Let me load it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't see it on the chart, but if you see here, you see this, guys, this gap right here. This gap got filled. And this is what I was talking about, and you can see here, like, this is a clear descending, wedge that we were in. This was something I drew earlier in. God, I don't even remember when I drew it. The market's been so volatile, so. But we broke out of the wedge, so it was a good opportunity to make a trade. And if you were tuned in on how just how fast we were going to be dropping, you could have been in a nice short position. And then you see here we kind of have this this zone. We got into this zone, which was our zones right here. That was previous support. You can see here this clear previous support stuff right here. And and if you haven't smashed up the like button yet, you gotta please do that, and you gotta also just interact in the chat, and also share this on x.com and share it on any other platform you like to use, and get this out. It really helps the channel. I am almost at 1,000 subscribers, guys. It's pretty amazing. I thank you so much for sticking around. If you've been with me from the very beginning, and you've watched my old content and have just stuck with me to to all this time, I really appreciate you. And it's been awesome just doing this. And I just want to keep making really good quality content for you guys, and also just, share my journey in crypto. And I hope you are, just enjoying your crypto journey as well. And I hope I've helped you in any way. So, yeah, getting back into the news. So with actually, let's look at crypto bubbles. Let's look at the hourly right now. we have Ruin down 1%. We have XDC, the XDC network, that's down 3%. It's probably better to look at the daily right now. If we look at the daily, XDC actually was up 11%. We saw stacks go up 19-20%, and then we saw Bitcoin Cash go up 16%. So it's always interesting when you see Bitcoin do these crazy fast candle moves. You can see all these other projects will ensue with it. So basically the whole entire market moved up with Bitcoin. So if you're looking at things like ADA, you can see that, also ADA had a really nice candle move. Similar look here, we have 4 or 5% move, candle wick down, a little bit more candle move up, almost back to that same high, and then 2 candlesticks red down. And you can see similar here. And it looks like we're moving a little bit more down to the downside, because you see the price difference here. This is MEXC. This is 27,478, and this is the Bitcoin futures, CME futures, which is the kind of the collection of all futures markets, major futures markets trading Bitcoin. And right now it's showing at technicals for sell. RSI average 52. The volume is not as near as what we had at this candle. This was, just major candle news. And so I don't know, guys, like I'm curious if I want to put in a trade. Obviously I didn't get a trade right here. I think I said that in my past video, where I was like, I just, didn't have any dry powder, as Ivan on Tech would say on the side. So Didn't get in a trade here, which would have been really, really nice. But now I think it's possible opportunity for a short if we are if the RSI and the volume and nothing it's if it is going down, we can see yeah, could be possible for a short, but I just a lot of the times I feel more comfortable doing long positions when I feel like it is lining up with. Let's see what we need to do here is see if we're hitting any other previous resistance and different price points, which can be right here, which could be at 27,400, and you can see we look at the moving averages, and this is on the 4-hour, but if we take the bands and we can, if we open up there we go, the inputs and do maybe 50 and check that out, we get a little bit more wider data, and we can see here that we are, we're still the orange moving average, which is, I can't remember if that is is that the 50? Is that the, yeah, I believe so. Yeah, that's the 50 or the 200. I believe that orange right there, yeah, it's the 50. So if we go back here and we look at that previous resistance, the orange, we were above the orange. We were on the orange line. And then when we started to pump, we were on the green. And then now we're orange through here, through that sideways motion going down. And now we're back orange. So I don't know. It's interesting. With these moving averages, and you kind of look and see where they flip and where the bands flip. Sorry if I was boring you to death there, but that's just, kind of trying to find the different spots where it splits. But it looks like on the 4-hour right here that we're going down a little bit more. So I wonder how much more we could go down, because it looks like we just don't have enough volume. But I was looking at the order book on CoinGlass, and you can see here that we have more buy orders than sell right now. If you're looking in terms, we got Binance, you got OKX, these are all the different exchanges. And this is just Bitcoin, with USDT, with futures. You can look at the spot order book. Like doing this. It's cool. It's cool to look at this. This is a cool website. Maybe we can look at the long short Binance top trader. Okay. In the past 4 hours, let's look at the past hour. So in the past hour, there's been 53% long accounts and 46% short accounts. Okay. So more longs than shorts. But see, what you can always do, if you feel like, you don't want to short and you want to go and to find a good entry point, then you can kind of see if the price is wicking back up. So this is on the 4-hour. You go on the 1-hour. You can see a little bit more data. It kind of it was pinched into a channel and then it exploded. So now we're kind of like we have this like big cone shape, this like big egg shape. So, and just from the start of the stream, where see, look, if we would have put in a short, we would have already been in a, in decent profit. It just seems like there's just not enough volume right now in terms of just what we had just previously earlier today, as you can see right here. There's just not enough, and it looks like we are going down in the RSI, but we'll see it. I mean, it's kind of moving around. It's jumping around. So I do have some available margin in my trading account right now. If you guys haven't checked out the affiliates that I'm affiliated with, you got to go and check out the links. You got to check out Bybit. You got to check out Bitflex. And you got to check out MEXC. I specifically would check out Bitflex and MEXC. Those are my two favorites. And also LBank is a pretty cool one too. I haven't put the links back in the description, but they've actually updated their platform, and I think that's a good one to use. And if you guys haven't used those yet, it's good to have all different exchanges and test them out. And yeah, so I might put in a trade live right now, because I think that the price is looking like, if I would have put in, it's just, I think, I'm not going to try and go like short long. I want to get a nice good entry point, and hopefully I can line it up and say, okay, this makes sense. More so, makes more sense when you look at the previous price points here. But this right here is, I mean, look, it's literally right on the previous resistance right here. You can see it. It's right there. And if we end up, if we hit that again, and we end up not sustaining the pump, but news will prevail. I think ultimately news will prevail, and we'll see something that can change the price action, because that's what news does. It does some interesting things. It does candles like this, So, but we also have a trading opening in China. That's big news. There's a lot of things happening. So yeah, this latest news right here. U.S. court clears path for first spot Bitcoin ETF grayscale ruling, and then it could be great. Who knows? I want to know what you guys think in the chat. What do you think? Is it going to be Grayscale first or BlackRock first? Is BlackRock just going to allow Grayscale? Because since BlackRock has so much power, are they going to kind of set let Grayscale be the guinea pig first to establish it? Or it just depends, because there is some speculation of, well, now we know who the third largest Bitcoin whale wallet is, and it was actually Robinhood. So, and that's pretty big news that Robinhood, in the game still of being one of the top holders of Bitcoin in private wallet addresses. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, I hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, if you haven't hit the like button, please do so. All right, so yeah, Bitcoin leads 168 million smart money outflows. Argentina is adopting Bitcoin faster than El Salvador. So another country, adopting Bitcoin, Bitcoin politics and Bitcoin sentiment in their government. So it's good. It's very, very good. So there's some other, interesting news. I've made videos and talked about the whole, Ben Armstrong thing. And, I just want to say, like, ultimately, I wish his family and him, like, all the best in terms of trying to, like, figure things out if there's something happening. Like, if anything is true with allegations, and there's things that are just kind of crazy in his, in his life, I can relate to that when things have been, just like you feel like everything is crashing, and, you think there's things falling apart, and you feel like you can't trust anyone. And yeah, I've definitely been through that, so I have to say I definitely, I I can say I have been through that and been in moments of my life where you're just like, whoa. So with that being said, to address like some of the comments and the things that people have been saying to me, which has been pretty, some of it has been pretty hilarious because it's like the things that people said, about me is like, is hilarious because it's not how I am at all. Um, but yeah, I just hope that we can get the truth. And yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Griff. I've watched him since. I've watched the channel, and obviously I know he's the face, but I remember obviously TJ was the dude, behind the camera, but or behind the in the back scene, just always, and I loved the back and forth between them. But I noticed over time that you didn't see really TJ in the back anymore. Obviously I think, with them expanding and, I definitely, if you're a crypto, enthusiast, you're going to keep up with the crypto influencers as well, because it's kind of like, where you get your news. You're not going to get like quality crypto news from like CNBC or something like that. You're going to get it from people like us. You're going to get it from like the people that are actually doing the research. They're reading the articles, they're trying to catch the news. You're telling you about the price, and, you're getting stuff like right when it happens. So, yeah, like I respect Ben for the fact that like he's been in the market for a long time, and I think that's why he does have like kind of like a cult following, and regardless if you like him or not, and things have definitely changed. Um, but yeah, I just think that if there's something that is in the underbelly that is obviously been bubbling up over time, there's definitely two sides of the story, and I'm just curious to see how much of what both people are saying is true, because now there's news that came out, and you say. Yesterday, BJ Investment Holdings, the parent company at Fit Network, took decisive legal action in removing Ben Armstrong from the company, specifically the BitBoy crypto brand. And, it was a difficult decision, culminated with prolonged effort to help Ben during his relapse into substance abuse, as well as reconcile the emotional, physical, and financial damage he has done to the employees of Hit Network. And just this all pure, at this point for all of us, that's speculation, because it's just a, piece of paper and statement that, TJ read, on live, on air. But, I was thinking about it, it's got to be something that their lawyers, help them write or help them put together and say. If they're going to say all that stuff, I mean, that's some pretty like high stuff to be claiming on someone. And, if some of it is true, here's Ben's response was he just took a drug test. So, I don't know how much you can see. Like, I'm trying to zoom in, but the date was 8/29 at 11 a.m. So that's still today. So this was 11 hours ago, 12 hours ago, and you see reasonable suspicion cause for the test. And this is an i3 screen. Looks like certified medical review officer. I guess if you called this person, you could say, okay, everything came back negative. It's just it's interesting. So this was his response. So, and then my wife asked me, she was like, you're gonna give Ben the benefit of the doubt, and I thought to myself, I was like, I said this is interesting development, and I think if Ben is a true man and he does have character and he has dignity and integrity, and he wants to represent himself good for his family, because I'm a family man as well. I want to represent myself well, because if I represent myself and how I bring myself about in the community, whether it's online or in person, I want to be true 100%, and I want people obviously to like me, but I just want to be a good example. And I think Ben, if he wants to, there's a part of me that does think that Ben does feel like that. If he does care about the industry that he's in, and he wants to keep working in, and he's obviously has to want to. He would like the people that are actually supporting him, then he would want to give them good information and keep making content and all that stuff. And then, I would support him in that if he was, actually truthful about any type of thing that the Bit Squad and the Hit Network and all them and the allegations, if that shit is true, and some of it is true, then he has to admit to it. And that's the thing, that in his past, he's been really hard at admitting when he's wrong, and he kind of just like skirts around and escapes trying to basically admit where he's made mistakes. And the things that he only makes, he admits that he made mistakes was in his past, with the drug addiction and stuff like that, and overdosing, and I get that. But it's just interesting. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like I've kind of like, I've watched the channel for a long time, and that's the thing. Like the people that, I was on the Moon show, on the live show, and I was expressing, kind of an experience I had, and people were lighting me up in the chat. They were just like, they were getting at me. They were just like, just like trying to hit at every low blow. And it was I guess a lot of people that were in there were Ben supporters, which is cool. Like I don't not support him or support him. I feel like I'm just kind of pretty neutral. It's just, I had a really interesting experience. It was just like I had to have came in there at a really interesting time, because if this has been happening, I might have just been coming into something. It's like I have no idea. So it's really interesting. So I just kind of have a pretty interesting neutral approach to it. I would love to talk to Ben personally and be like, dude, like what's going on? Like, and also like, why didn't we have a good interaction? Maybe I just caught him at a bad time or something, could have been. So, I'm a pretty understanding guy, and I feel like this kind of person I am, I can be pretty, I'm good at being like a good middle ground. I don't like being too extreme, one side or the other, and that's that's just the type of person that I am. So, this is just interesting. And then, if you're part of the Discord, because I was into Bitcoin, I don't know if I'm going to be connected with this project anymore. I did make content with it about it, and it's probably one of my most popular videos. Besides that, my crow video, the crow video was smashing it, doing awesome. But yeah, in the Ben Discord, you have this where Ben actually spoke for this first like 30 minutes of this recording, and let's find the portion and listen to it.
I want to share some stuff with you guys before we kick off. So. A lot of you guys did not know me.
People that over this have become enemies. Going to make $0 without me. All of our major sponsors have already pulled out, so they don't really have a choice here. They don't really have a choice. It's not good. It's good for me.
Sorry, guys, I'm trying to find the exact spot where he was talking.
My experience with Ben as a person versus all these people that seem to think they know Ben they could not be further apart. He's one of the kindest, most genuine people.
Hi, I'm not sure if anyone can hear me.
And that is the reason why, hi, Lottie, I muted you. Sorry about that. That's the reason why I agreed to take on this position when they approached me. This is not a job for me. This is something I'm doing voluntarily because I believe in the mission. It aligns with everything that I've wanted to do over the last couple of years. And I believe in Ben and I believe in Cassie. And I think we've got a really, really good thing going here. And I can assure you a lot of blood, sweat, and tears are going into this. So I don't know if Ben is here or he wants to jump up, but I'll turn it back over to you, Cassie. Hey, Ben, go ahead, buddy.
Hey, all right. Some people are saying the sound is not good. I don't know why it's saying it's not good. It's good for me. Look, here's the deal, guys. There's a lot that I can't say right now. I wish I could come in here and tell you guys exactly what's going on and tell you exactly what the future is probably going to look like, but unfortunately right now I can't. And you guys know one thing about me. I'm a fighter, and this is going to be far from over. There are going to be a lot of things that are going to happen in the coming days, and all I can tell you guys is, stick with me. You guys are here because of me. Obviously, the company is going to make $0 without me. All of our major sponsors have already pulled out, so they don't really have a choice here. They don't really have a choice. They think that they've renegotiated with some of our sponsors, and that's not what they're telling me on the backside. So, the fact is that in the end, this is all going to be okay, and we're going to use this for good. And like Cassie said, this is going to end up being bullish. This is going to end up being very bullish for the project. I'm going to end up with a ton of PR after this is over, and it's probably going to be, mostly positive. And, I just want to say one thing, is that I have gotten so many messages from people, so many calls, so I can't answer them all. I can't respond to all of them. But just know that I've seen all of them, and I appreciate the Bit Squad. I appreciate my friends. I've got a lot of friends out there. I know I see that now. A lot of friends, and a lot of people that over this have become enemies. And, that's going to be what it's going to be. But I promise, guys, just stick with me here, and I appreciate all the support. And that's probably about all I can say for now. But just know I'm here, and I haven't gone anywhere. I'm laying low, and that's the way I've got to play right now. So there has been a marked trail of deceit for a very long time, and I'm just starting to uncover more and more and more of it. And I'll get into all that when it's time. But this has been a plan that's been launched in action for a minimum of months. It looks like more like years when you look at the track record of some of the stuff that's been done. I was removed from all the trademarks. I was removed from the building. I've been removed from a lot of stuff without them telling me. And that's been going on for years. That's not months, that's years. So this has been a plan.
So, guys, okay, so with listening to that, I don't know if you guys have heard this yet, but so because this has been the only public message that Ben has given at all. He's done nothing live. This is the only thing that he's done. So it's possible that people are actually calling that this could be staged. It could be something where there's all kinds of rumors everywhere. There's rumors that this was a stage, like this is all planned, like they already had plans to have BitBoy, be removed in some kind of way and then kind of rebrand, so then they can keep the BitBoy brand, and then he can go off and do something. I have no idea. That seems a little far-fetched, but if anything, my personal opinion is that I think that, you guys got to remember that he has business partners. Yes, he is BitBoy, he's the face, but I think more or less TJ and him created the company together and kind of started to build it like that. And then it got bigger, and there probably were different roles and different things that they probably agreed on and disagreed on. And then you have to think about all the dynamics that go into promoting certain projects. Maybe TJ and Ben didn't agree on the Bencoin merger and the buy and the whole debacle with that. The Twitter, the Twitter stuff. You gotta remember, there's a lot of baggage and a lot of things that have happened, and maybe there was a mutiny because they just didn't agree, and maybe Ben or whoever was really aggressive one side or the other, and then that's what caused the conflict and the rifts and all that stuff. And then if you think about Ben's personality, he's a fighter. If someone doesn't agree with him and he's like, look, I know what I'm talking about. I built this. This is my, I'm the face of the company. And you have to think about how he's going to handle the situation. That's honestly what I think is happening here, is that there might be a power dynamic where there's probably a conflict of interest. That's just my personal opinion, but that's kind of what I think is happening, and it's a big allegation to make about the relapse and stuff like that. They said relapse, but they didn't say specifically with what. It could be with anything. But shows that took the drug test. Who knows if it's real, if it's fake. But it's still a response. It's still kind of a it's a response. It's a pretty good one. But we'll see how it goes. Let me know in the chat. Let me know what you guys think about this. It is, kind of one of those, a big story in the crypto space in terms of, influencers. So if we keep looking at the exchanges, we keep looking at, the order books here. It's looking like we're getting more buy. Yeah, we're getting more buys. We're getting more buys than sells. I think. But if we're looking here, we've got 71% on sell. We got 38% on buys in terms of the order book on the MEXC Bitcoin futures, USDT. And it looks like it's getting okay, so now it's getting a half split. We're getting more buys. Sometimes the market makers across these markets and these exchanges, I guess kind of has to keep up, and there's different prices in different markets. Basically, if I go to a different exchange, there's going to be different prices. We look at Bitcoin on crypto coin market cap, 27,447, 27,430, and then we have on the futures full accumulation price 27,545. And let me know, guys, where you think Bitcoin is going. Where do you think Bitcoin is going? I really want to know. I really want to know your thoughts. Please let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts about what we just reviewed about Ben, his response. Do you believe in Ben? Are you on Ben's side? Are you neutral? Do you not give a shit? Rejecting off 4-hour EMA. Yeah, that's what it was looking like. But yeah, definitely looking on the 4-hour, you definitely got rejected for sure. Because look, you got to think, like, when we hit those previous resistance. Look, that's previous resistance right here. If you look right here, right there, and that's a pretty nasty one. So if we keep falling down on that trend, then we could see a bearish divergence, and it's looking like on the RSI we're kind of scooping down and we don't have much volume. So it's just looking like, I don't know. I want to put in a trade, but I just feel like with these, it's just interesting because we're in the middle of the week. We're going to get more trading volume towards the end of the week. People are going to get their paychecks and stuff like that. It's towards the end of the month. People are getting paid. Griff, you are on Ben's side. Okay, yeah. I feel like, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I feel like if he could just make a public video, if he could just come out and talk about the stuff and just be like, hey, I made mistakes. I feel, if I possibly, was too aggressive with people, I might have overstepped some boundaries. There's probably things where, I didn't agree with, blah, blah, blah. But he's going with the victim route, where he's like, they've been trying to take it from me for months and I had no idea and blah, blah, blah. And now I'm starting to find out. And I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know about that. I feel like it might just be a battle tactic because he's in battle and he's like, all right, they really hit hard. They went right for the boom. They just went right for it. They went right for the big guns. They went for the high hit, which was, we're going to do a public, notice, like, allegation of it, and basically tell everyone straight up. So if that's the case, and they went that route, like, why would they, if they've been working together for so long, why would they do that? If they are friends and they're colleagues, or maybe they aren't friends, maybe they're just kind of like almost like, they kind of have to be friends because they work together. Who knows the relationship? But I've heard a lot of different perspectives, and it's really helped me with my own experience and perspective and all that stuff. So it's cool to get other people's perspectives. And yeah. All right, Griff, just don't understand how he does not own anything and he made the company. Well, what's interesting is that I think there might be some things that we don't understand about how their business works. So you got to look at it this way. Think about how there's different partnerships, there's different mechanisms of who owns what and who controls what. You got to think BitBoy was the guy in front of the camera. He was the main person that was making content, but obviously he had a team. He had people that were helping him with research, and he had certain key people that he's had on his team, and then they revealed themselves over time in the background, and TJ was one of them. And I think there probably is just some dynamics that we just do not understand about the inner workings of how the HIT network works. And there's a lot of different mechanisms going on. Maybe there's something that, and then, what is TJ Investment Co? So the TJ Investment Co is their like umbrella of like I think they've probably taken some of their profits and their company profits from the YouTube channel and the networks in general to trade with. And maybe there's discrepancies and things in there. Maybe there's stuff that there was like, oh, we don't agree with like where the portfolio is going or how funds are being allocated. Maybe there's things with Bitcoin that they didn't agree with. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's like tons and tons and tons of stuff that we just might not understand. And I think people are only focusing on the fact that like, oh, they kicked him out or they fired him and blah, blah, blah. 'Cause, I mean, there's got to be a reason. There's got to be a total logical explanation of why they would get rid of the little, like the face of the channel. Why would they risk that? It just doesn't. That's why I'm analyzing it from a big zoomed out perspective of like, it's something that's been happening for a long time, and maybe it's definitely two sides of the story, but regardless, it's like, oh man, I'm gonna get tired of talking about it, but I just can't wait to see honestly what happens, and if we get a good story out of it. But I don't want anyone affected in terms of families and all that stuff if it has something to do with addiction, because that sucks. That's never fun. So we don't want that. We don't want that for anyone. So with that being said, let's pray for Ben and his family and whatever he's going through and all the stuff, and pray for the HIT network and pray for all those people, because that's probably the best thing to do. Yeah. So yeah, let's get into the big news. Twitter acquires required license, adds crypto payments. X may possibly introduce cryptocurrency sending and receiving feature to its millions of users worldwide. It is going to be so bullish, guys. So this is inevitable. I've been talking about this. I think, Twitter and X.com is Elon Musk's secret weapon. I think Dogecoin is going to be something that we need to keep our eye on. You can see here, I got the chart on Dogecoin here, and you can see that with these movements, let's see, I'm going to get the chart right there. Yeah, so make it a little bit bigger. Cool. All right. Trying to make it a little bit more interactive so you can see, guys, see the chat when other people watch this video that can actually just have the chat in the screen. So then it's easier for you guys to see the interaction with the community. And hope you're doing good, Griff. You stayed with me this whole time. Let's see. So with Doge, we had a candle just like that. We had a nice 6% candle. I think this one moved just as good as Bitcoin. It almost pumped at the same time. And here's our price data. So here is our personal spending. Yeah, we have the personal income, personal spending data for the U.S. And then we have the employment rate data coming in September 1st. Was that? Yep, September 1st. And okay, yeah, so that's going to be just in a few days here. Okay. Do you think this is bullish for NFTs? Yeah, I think it might be, because, Elon Musk is going to be making it an everything app. So basically, with that being said, I think there is potential that you're going to be able to buy Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Cardano, things like that directly on X. And then it's going to kind of have that functionality of Venmo. I don't know if you guys use Venmo or Cash App or anything like that, or PayPal. It's essentially like you can send and receive money, and obviously you can send messages along with that. but then you can also use and transfer from your wallet balance to buy Bitcoin. I think some of them have Bitcoin Cash. Like, if you go into, I'll go into onto Venmo right now, and you can go into your crypto section, and let's see, you go, and it has a crypto tab. There's a completely separate crypto tab, and you see, if I can show you, I don't have any crypto on here, but you can see it has Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. So that's kind of like the four that that you're seeing, and you can just buy it right on there. And then what's going to be? Okay, hold on. Whoa, did it say transfer crypto? All right, so you can send crypto to friends on Venmo or to an external wallet with ease. Okay, so guys, all right, so this is the thing. So this is where, when people actually start to realize that they can do that, and they really start to think about all of the things with the de-dollarization, the inflation, all of the crap that our administration and our current monetary policies that are in place is happening in the United States, people are going to start buying Bitcoin, and they're going to start putting their paychecks into platforms like this, and they're going to start using it. And it's going to be for the people that aren't fully into directly Web3, that just want to kind of get a little bit of exposure. But I think it's bullish. I think it's ultimately bullish. And, this is just Venmo. So if you go to, if you go into, Cash App, I think Cash App, I wonder what you can get on Cash App for crypto. Let's see. So if we go to Bitcoin, so you can just buy Bitcoin. I don't know if there's any other. Might just be Bitcoin on here. Okay, so on Cash App, it's just Bitcoin. Yo, what's up, J Money Crypto? Other people are just popping in. I was hoping some people, some regulars would come into the stream. Hope you guys are doing good. Just been talking about the Ben debacle, talking about Elon Musk with X payments, talking about the Bitcoin price. That's kind of, skirting around 27,400 and going into the 300s. And then you're like, okay, is it going to go up? Is it going to go down a little bit? We're hitting previous resistance. So that's kind of what we're talking about here. Yeah, oh yeah, thanks for popping in, dude. Yeah, appreciate it. Much love. Yep, just we're looking at, so I've been pulling up this chart. It's a really fun chart. If you haven't seen this chart before, just you can see the order book and see what's happening, and trying to correlate it to where I want to get in my entry position, because we are hitting low points. Trying to think, if I want to put in a long position when it starts to get a little bit lower, if it maybe hits 27. So like, I'm going to look at the previous resistance. It wicked right here. That's where we're sitting at right here on the red line. There's two different resistance points. 1, 2, and then from there we had that big pump. So that is 27,300. I mean, that's like right on the money. I mean, it's like right there. But we keep going back. We're hitting that, and we might be gaining support from previous resistance. So that can happen. It can happen, guys. So what do you think it's going to do? Let me know in the chat. And if you haven't hit the like button, please do, for the YouTube algorithm. And also, share my channel with your friends and family, because I am getting super close to 1,000 subscribers. And my wife said she was going to throw a party for me, so I'm ready to have a party thrown for me. So you got to help me out. So yeah, it's just going to be super awesome. I was like, man, I didn't think I was gonna get here this quick, but it's been so amazing to be injected into, the communities that I've been able to, do these, different collaborations and stuff, and get involved, with just all kinds of stuff. So it's really awesome. It's really fun to be in crypto, and yeah, I think it can change your life. Yeah, well, thanks, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, so well, let's just get into some. Is it, what Windy O? What? Whoa! Look at Windy O deadlifting. Hold on. Okay. Okay, Windy O. Windy O flexing. Oh my gosh. Nice. That's cool. Cool. Windy O's flexing. All right. Windy O's flexing hard. Oh man, yeah, you gotta love X. Honestly, I think X is gonna be the major like most used platform, and it's just gonna dominate. I think you've got to remember Twitter back in the day. It was created in 2006, 2007, and they completely trumped and overtook the news. They basically then the mainstream media basically they were just getting and using tweets for their news. That was just basically them just right off the bat, just kind of basically bowing out and giving the white flag and being like we, if you can't beat them, join them kind of thing. So what's going to happen here is Elon Musk is getting the proper things done, and he is calculated, and I'm on Elon's side. I'm on Team Musk. I'm ready to get a power pack in the garage and get a Tesla and start thinking about space travel. That's how bullish I am on Elon Musk and and just him actually helping the overall crypto space and just helping America in general. You got to think I think with Elon, I think he's a true American with creating these businesses and trying to help and stick around here, but also helping people around the world too. It's really cool what he's doing. True. Tony Stark of the real world. So it's pretty awesome. Yeah, it's been pretty wild. Let's see what the whale alerts are saying. So yeah, Hong Kong bank SIBA gains approval to offer Bitcoin and crypto services. So what that means is maybe not maybe their customers that are involved in high accounts can start diversifying parts of their accounts and portfolios into Bitcoin and different crypto services, which could potentially be yield platforms and things like that. And speaking of yield platforms, you guys got to check out DeFi Llama. You go to DeFi Llama, and you're gonna get the alpha of what's happening, what chains are being used, who has the most active users. Look at this. Polygon, boom, got 329,192 active users. That's my favorite. That's my favorite coin. I think that's probably the one I'm probably the most bullish on in terms of partnerships. There are 467 different protocols running on Polygon. That's crazy. No way. Really? There's that many? That's crazy. So that means you got Aave, you got QuickSwap. That's the second. I love QuickSwap. If you guys don't know about QuickSwap, QuickSwap has 3 different chains, Polygon, Doge Chain, and it's a DEX. If you've ever used it, it works. It works. It's all it needs. It's all you need to know. It works. And there's 2 different type of QuickSwap tokens. There's the old QuickSwap token. For some reason, there's a new one. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. But yeah, you can get on Uniswap. I mean, it's cool. This is really where you can look and see what different protocols. Stargate's awesome. It's a cross-chain bridging platform where you can also stake different tokens. You got Sushi, you got Curve. Curve finally got bailed out by Binance, I think. I think they paid off that loan so the person wouldn't get liquidated, and I think that was what was going on with the news with Curve. Leave it to USDT and all these different things. If something starts to get really bad, they might get bailed out. So yeah, this is just for Polygon. So Polygon, go back. we love Binance Smart Chain. We love Polygon. We love Solana. We love Kronos. Kronos is actually getting traction. It's got 102 protocols. It's 10th in this list. That's huge. Base is getting traction. It's got 89 protocols. Cardano, we love Cardano. You see the active users. Obviously, Bitcoin has the most active users, 873,000, with 7 different protocols for Bitcoin. That's pretty cool. So let's look at the different protocols. You got Lightning Network, of course. You have Thorchain. You have BiFi. You have Boring DAO, Minto, Bisq. Not familiar with these, but I am familiar with Thorchain, of course. Thorchain being involved with 9 different chains, because you can do dexes. You can do it's a dex. Basically, it's kind of like a dex aggregator, and it's pretty cool. We've talked about Thor, Ruin, 2 different major all-time highs, and in terms of volume here, total value locked, and you can see here Ruin price. If you look here, let me get different view. Now, protocol was paused. Resumed. I think this is a good buy. I think Ruin is a definite good buy. We saw a good pump. I think it was the last 2 weeks ago. We saw Ruin go up a good like 20, almost 20%. It added really just started to gain some traction. It was almost like people were interacting with Ruin just for some reason. I don't know. It was just like it was getting a lot of volume. It's good to see. Let's get into some more stuff here. We'll look at... keep going back too far. Let me know if you guys are doing okay. Let me know if you guys are still awake, if you're doing good, if you're feeling cozy. Let me know what you're drinking. I was drinking a pineapple kombucha, a GT's. There's so many different kombucha brands, and I've tried them all, and I think GT's is kind of hands down still has the best, just hard kombucha flavor, unless you're getting one that someone made like fresh, real strong SCOBY in there, almost like a loogie. That's the good stuff. Only drinking water. I know my wife always tells me, why don't you just drink water? And I'm like, that's so effing boring sometimes. I'm such a drink person. I make lattes, and I love kombucha. I'll just if I had my way, I'd have like a fridge full of drinks, all the drinks forever. And I don't know how you guys are with that, but that's just I love my drinks. If I would spend my crypto fortune, I'd probably have just buy drinks all the time. Not like alcoholic beverages, but just I just love fizzy drinks and just all kinds of things. If it says gut friendly, mushroom, whatever, infusion, and hand tended, it's all those keywords, and I'm a sucker for it. But yeah, guys, let me know what's your favorite chains, what's your favorite coins, what is your favorite chain to interact with. We got Cardano, we got Pulse Chain, we got the news with Richard Hart. Do you still support Richard Hart? Are you into Pulse Chain? Is it going to pump if the things that happen with that case end up being bunk and it's kind of crap or gets dropped? I think if anything gets dropped or the case ends up being the charges end up being dropped, I think Pulse Chain could pump. I think it could be something. But it's we don't have a shortage of layer 2s basically off of Ethereum. So it's just which one is going to actually stand the test of time in terms of active users, actual total value locked. Ethereum has the most. Tron, I don't understand how, and I don't think anyone understands how Tron still is second. No one talks about Tron. If anything, Justin Sun has a pretty bad reputation, and doesn't really make sense how this particular chain still has the most total value locked. Maybe because they have an active stablecoin market, and that's probably something that is keeping the value in there because people use it for on and off ramp transactions. Who knows? We got Binance Smart Chain third in total value locked with 2.9 billion. And Polygon, think about like, and what's crazy, look at Arbitrum, you know, look how fast Arbitrum climbed up the ranks here. You know, Arbitrum fourth in this ranking, 439 protocols, 120,000 active users. You know, we have 1.7 billion total value locked, and it's pretty interesting. I think it's something over. This is what you have to look at. You got to look at active users. Okay. 301,000, 329,000, 873,000. But just like, you know, this is daily active users. Daily active users is what we need to look at. Algorand, 57,000. It's pretty low on the list right here. This stuff we got to look at, guys. Stuff we have to look at. All right. So, I don't know. Did Bitcoin go low enough that I can put in a trade live here on the live stream? I don't know, guys. What do you think? What should I do? Should I put in a trade? I don't know. Let's see. I don't have that much money in here, but I think but hey, I have enough if I put in a sweet trade that I could really grow this. Let's say I grow it to $1,000. What do you guys think? I think I can do it. If I don't go too high leverage and I actually practice what I preach and put in my stop losses and my take profits, and then I think I would be secure. But we're at probably like a half split right now in the order book of buy sells. You know, but still in the overall markets we're in more of a buy. We have more buys than sells, so that could be a good portion to buy. Overall, 27,600 CME. And yeah, I might put in a trade, but I'm just going to do $50. I'm just going to do $50. We're going to do $50 limit, and we're going to do it at a, yeah, it's going to be good news, but I think it's going to happen. I don't know if there's going to be more news for the rest of the week. I think this was like probably going to be the top news. But let's see what happens I think honestly it's going to be hard because, you know, obviously we go into the weekend and then we got Sunday, like who knows like what the price is going to be by Sunday. It's like crypto's so crazy like that. It's so interesting that like in crypto, like you literally have to judge your trade and movements by like the day. Even with, if you're not too high leverage, you have to really watch it. So, I think with $50, if we stick at 20x, we can protect some of our liquidity here, and let's see if we can. And this is cool. So I'm glad I waited this long to get into a trade because I feel like we're going to be breaking. I think we're going to be breaking up a little bit more to the upside. You know, I think we dumped enough. I think we're seeing a wick. We're seeing a wick on the 4 hour. If we look at the. You know, I want to look at the 15-minute. 15-minute is showing something interesting. You know, we are flipping this moving average here. We crossed here. So if we crossed, that could be a potential to the downside. The RSI has on the 15-minute, you can see it's kind of like in an interesting point. You look at the 4 hour, it's kind of a different story. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it. All right, so let's see. Looking like it's doing this 27,377. So we're gonna see if we can just try and get a limit order in there. We'll do a half split, and let's see if we can. Oh, okay, we can maybe get 65. Maybe 65, open long. Let's do that. All right, so then we are going to make sure that we put in our. Okay. We are going to see exactly where we want to do it. It looks like it got updated. It looks like MEXC updated the take profit, and sell. You can do partial positions, entire position. We'll set the stop loss at. We'll just do it at 10%, just in case. Like if it starts to really, you know, we'll make sure we exit out before it goes too low. And then we're only losing $4. Do we want to set a take profit? We can. Sometimes we do the set take profit, then you're losing potential of more upside. But if you're just wanting, okay, say I want, 50%, and we can see how much profit we can make off of $50 with a move up, back up to 28,000, which is potential. I think it's a huge potential for it to go back up. If we can turn that previous resistance into support with volume, with news, and we will see. Yeah, so we'll just do that. We'll just put that so then we can have both of those confirmed, and so then we can practice what we preach, and we will see what happens. And then we have $48 left that I think. What do you guys think we should look at? What do you who's with me right now? I haven't actually checked the concurrent viewers. Let's see. We got 2 concurrent viewers, 3 likes. All right. Well, my 2 concurrent viewers, let me know what you want me to look at next. I can look at Pepe. I can look at Solana. I can look at XRP. Look at Ethereum. I think Ethereum right now, or XRP, all about the ADA. Okay, all right, let's check out ADA. Let's look. ADA USDT. All right. So I think ADA is in traction to like pop right now. So if we're looking, let's see here. All right, we hit the same divergence, a little bit of a bearish divergence, but we're in a good channel though. So if you look, I mean, if we were gonna draw some trend lines here, we are actually looking pretty good. We could start to move back up. We could start moving back up into this previous. Look at that. Oh, that's sweet. Look at that. If you look at this, look, that's previous support right there at this same price point on 26 cents, which we were able to get a movement from that 4%. And if let's look at the RSI where we were in that move, we had less strength on the RSI. We're down obviously a little bit, because of where we were, but yeah, we could do a flip reversal here, turn that right there, and we could be looking good. We could be looking good with ADA. So should I put in a trade? Because I was going to use this the remaining 48 on either one other coin, split it and put 48 all the way in, like something like ADA or Doge, or do a split, a half split, do Doge and ADA. So I think I might do that. I think I might do just a small position, but a little bit higher. Just a little bit higher leveraged, maybe 25 with half of that balance limit. And yeah, I think I'm confident with that. I'm going to stick to it, and we're going to put in that order. So we are going to open this. And looks like it was filled, and we are going to do the same thing here. We're going to make sure that we only go down 10%. If it does, it closes that position with the loss of only $2, and then we will have a take profit at 50%, and we will see what happens. All right. So right now, we're in the green. We're in the green. We're breaking even right now. We're breaking even, guys. All right, so I love trading live. I think this is fun. Guys. It shows people, that it's okay. You can be confident to trade, and you can learn. Look at the charts. And I think my favorite time frame is the 4 hour. So if you look, I think let's look at Doge. Either it's going to be Doge or because Doge, if you want to look at the stuff that has the biggest dip. So what had the biggest dip? Doge or Ethereum on the 4-hour. It's looking like that was just like 71% Doge. Doge had more of a dip. So I think in terms of the price action and the price movement, I think it would be cool to put in a trade on Doge. But we're going to do low leverage. We're going to use the rest. We're going to probably just do 25x again. And because obviously we got, we're just, low liquidity here. And let's make sure we do our get the right price. It's been filled. We're going to do the exact same thing. It's just a strategy. This is what so the thing is when you're trading, you have to have a plan. You have to have a strategy. This is my strategy. If I'm wanting to use this as scalping and I just want to get my 50% profit right off the table, and then I can see where I can enter in back and start scaling back in, I think that's what I'd rather do. And then I know if I keep getting stopped out, and it's looking like it's more bearish, then it might be time to put in short positions if we're just not having that volume, or go lower leveraged and don't have a stop loss and let it ride. And a lot of the times you can see that position go -20 to -30, and then all of a sudden in the same day, 200% profit, because you were just it's a more risk, high reward. So you want to make sure your ratios with your liquidation ratios are not going to get hit. So then that's what you have to practice with your capital preservation with trading. So, and this is how I do it with the take profit and the stop loss. So, all right, so that's what I'm at right now with my trades. You can see here, put in a trade on Doge at 6 cents, put in a trade on BTC at 27,363, and then I put in a long on ADA at 26 cents. All right, so we'll see how that goes. All right, guys, I've been streaming for, gosh, how long have I been streaming for? Let's look. I've been streaming for a good... Oh, man, it's been like an hour or so. It's been longer than an hour. Okay, so if you guys have been with me this long, thanks for tuning in. I love all of you, and thank you to any of the new subscribers. Thank you for joining this community. I think pretty soon I am going to have a Discord, and I've been wanting to call it the Dano Crypto Dojo, the Dano Dojo Crypto, or something like that, some kind of corny name, because I've always been into martial arts and stuff like that, since I was a kid. And I think it'd be cool to be a nice, cool training ground for the people that actually watch my channel and interact and actually want to interact together. It would be a cool place for everyone to get together that, like the same coins and, just actually, like this channel, and it gives everyone an opportunity to meet each other. It's almost like if you're in a community group or something like that, you want to, get everyone's name, and, you could set up different groups in there, and different giveaways and stuff like that. I think it'd be cool. Once this community grows, I'm going to hit 1,000 subscribers, and I think it's going to shoot off to the moon. And I want everyone to be involved and, get to know each other a little better. So, with that being said, I just want to remind you guys, go buff Doge for the rest of the year and maybe for the rest of your life. All right. Good night, guys. Hope you stay blessed. I hope you just are green and in the market, in your trades, and I will see you guys in the next stream. Bye.